afraid of anything. Brock and Shivers had nothing in common. When Shivers was born, his parents named him after the famous pirate saying, "Shiver me timbers." Now Shivers was 11 years old, and his name ended up being perfect because he spent most of his time afraid of one thing or another, shaking and shivering in a corner. And this morning had been no different. As Shivers looked out his bedroom porthole to the beach, he hoped to see his parents' pirate ship, the Plunderer, bobbing on the waves. Whenever his parents returned from a pirate mission, the first thing they always did was drop anchor on the shore and walk across the beach to pay Shivers a visit, scaring away all the sunbathers in their path. Then they would tell Shivers stories of their pirate adventures. Shivers squinted into the sun, looking as far as he could, but the Plunderer was nowhere in sight. He thought his family should be back by now. "I guess adventures sometimes take longer than expected," he said. He shrugged and decided to start his day. He put on his bunny slippers and padded into the kitchen, carrying Albee with him in his fishbowl. "My mom always says breakfast is the best way to start the day." Albee waved his fins in agreement. Shivers put a big bag of popcorn in the microwave and covered his ears until the popping was over. Then he put the popcorn in a bowl and began the day's work. He and Albee were in the midst of an epic and dangerous quest to trap and safely remove a ladybug that had crawled into Shivers' boot last week. As you can imagine, the quest ended with Shivers cowering in the corner. Today, he decided to try again by lowering a leaf into the boot to scoop out the little bug. But just as he finished putting on his safety gloves, a pigeon landed on the windowsill with a flutter. Shivers whirled around and let out a sound that was halfway between a squeak and a burp. "Don't come any closer, pigeon," he warned. But pigeons are not good listeners. The pigeon spread her wings again and took flight, knocking Shivers' daisy plant off the windowsill and smashing it onto the ground. She flew in circles around the kitchen, crashing into plates, shattering glasses, and spilling popcorn everywhere. At last, the pigeon landed on top of the refrigerator, and Shivers breathed a sigh of relief. "That was close. I thought she was flying right at my," Shivers screamed, "head!" as the pigeon took off again and flew right at his head, cooing and flapping like crazy. Shivers raised his hands. "I surrender! You can have all the popcorn you want!" At the last second, the pigeon veered away from Shivers and landed on the table. She stuck out her foot, and Shivers noticed there was a letter tied to it. "Oh, you're a carrier pigeon," Shivers sighed. "I have to stop thinking that every pigeon is just out to steal my popcorn." Shivers untied the string, opened the letter, and began to read. "To our dear son Shivers." Shivers jumped up with glee. "It's a letter from my mom and dad. I can't wait to hear how much treasure they've plundered." He continued reading. "We miss you so much. Have you had breakfast today? We hope you're doing well. We're doing terribly. We were on a pirate mission on the eastern seas. All was going well until we were captured on a distant island. This place is like nothing you've ever seen, Shivers. It's overrun by dogs. There are fairies everywhere. And they all worship a great green giant." Shivers turned to Albee and said, "This is terrible. I better call my brave brother Brock. He'll be able to save them. I'll do that as soon as I finish reading." Shivers read on. "Just so you know, we already called your brave brother Brock. He came and tried to save us, but now he's captured too. You're our last hope, Shivers. And now, here are the detailed directions for how to get to the island. Boy, do I hope the carrier pigeon doesn't poop on this part. First, find the carnival. When you get there, go to the fun hopper and get the map of—" The rest was covered in pigeon poop. "Oh, gross," said Shivers. He scowled at the pigeon. "Thanks a lot, pigeon. You ruined the note. You had the entire ocean to poop in, and you chose to poop on this letter. Wait!" Shivers' eyes nearly popped out of his head as he realized what the letter meant. "My family has been captured, and I'm the last hope they have in the whole world?"